welcome to the pod thing, the Billowing Hilltop pod thing. We do hope you're well, readers, and thanks for sticking with us. The other day, we recorded a one-off bonus chat episode going through the Age of Worms story and player questions and so forth. And we put out an appeal on social media for questions from you, dear readers. And we had many, many more, I think it's fair to say, than we were expecting. So, rather than include them in that episode, which would not give them enough time, what we're going to do is we're going to record a series of special intro sections for some upcoming episodes, I think probably coming out in November and December, where we will cover all of your questions, because a lot of them are very interesting and or made us laugh. And keep them coming. Post them on social media. You can find us on Twix at Billowing Hilltop, or on Blue Sky, or on Threads at Billowing Hilltop, Instagram at Billowing Hilltop, or on Facebook if you're older, which is where we seem to get most of our engagement actually. Or you can email us at hello@billowinghilltop.com. Right, I've got no other news or information, so let's push on with episode 166 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast, Turtle Eclipse of the Heart. What is this with you, Paul? What's wrong with you now?
Nothing wrong with me. We were just talking D&D weekend.
You're not going, right?
Very much doubt it.
Turned from absolutely not, no chance whatsoever to very much doubt it.
No. It's still very...
I knew
It's
it. In a week's time, it'll be, whoa, it's going to be a stretch. And then in another week, it'll be...
Can pop in for a bit.
Good evening, everybody.
Evening. Good evening.
I'm here with Dan.
Hello.
My favourite
Evening.
player, the Lord of Longleat. Lucas, Master of Spider Science, the holographic Graham. Good evening. Still hasn't worked out that horizontal stripes are not slimming. Johnny,
Hello.
flashing away in his tank. We had a visitor into the command pod the other day, and he said, I don't know where to sit because all the chairs are covered in rubbish. And I had to explain that was Paul.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I didn't want him sitting on your potato battery or either of your prongs or in the goop that you use. On we go. We're going to play some D&D. We've had a couple of emails recently. Would you like to hear them?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're in Paul's capacious sack. Here's one from Chris, friend of the show, Chris. He emails in cockwomble.
That's an old favourite.
And then we've had an email from Canada. Another
Yes.
email from Canada. He's called Andrew Arsenault. He says, take off your hoser, which I don't think is an expletive. I think it's a admonition or a dismissal. I had to Google what a hoser was. Canada's an odd country. It's an insult based around people who siphon petrol from other people's petrol tanks, which is a weird place to start. Maybe it's the long nights or something.
That's probably like a punishable by death in Canada in the middle of Ontario. If you take somebody's petrol, leave them stranded.
You're reaching, Lucas, but yes, it's possible. Who is going to deliver this week's a recap? I'm looking around the table from my left to my right. I'm going to roll a D10. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dan, will you illuminate for our readers the events of last week?
We found a tree.
On we go. Parker, you climb down into this pool, fishing for crystals.
Yeah.
This thing has very successfully disguised its nature. We didn't really have to disguise it. It's just a plant, but it's a nasty plant. It is ready to single attack.
Well, it can have a go, I suppose.
What is this thing? How does it work? Oh, by the way, if you recall, we had some discussions about the last book, the Prince of Red Hand, and how ideally it would have ended in a giant combat. Do you remember? It was like lots of role play, but if only there'd been some huge, great face-off at the end. I can reassure you on that score with this book. I've been reading ahead.
There's a big
There you
face
go.
off. Yeah.
There's a great big combat.
Yeah.
And-
With the Theofree and all the other guys. Yeah.
No,
No.
not that one.
Not
They're
with
the
that one.
warm-up
No.
act.
Yeah.
Yeah. Parker, you are attacked by this thing. It swipes at you with a branch.
Yes.
That's all it can do. By the way, I'm reading the stats of this thing from 3rd edition. Do you remember how much more scary 3rd edition stats are? Pathfinder stats are? Yeah. None of that is allowed anymore. Here we go. A single frond. We'll call it a frond for the purposes of whatever. Rolling a 13, hitting armor class 24.
Plus 11?
Yeah, is that a hit
Yes.
on you, Parker?
That's
Well,
ridiculous.
you should see the number from 3.5, but anyway. When it hits you, you are grappled and restrained, and it does the following: grabby damage.
I think we've been here before, like
Yeah, we have.
previous book.
Oh my goodness. 30 points of grabby damage
Ooh.
as it grasps you, and let us roll for initiative. Roll for the creature. Getting a...
Purple gets a 15.
Sessions gets a 9.
That's good for you, Graham. For once, you're not going first.
Yeah, I know.
13.
13 for Parker. Yep.
Scaly gets 15.
20 for the bug.
20 for the bug. Okay.
Oh, you're now the bug. Okay.
He was just Bugrath Flange, but one day, on a visit to a nuclear facility, he was bitten by a radioactive idiot. On 20,
Ready on.
it is Uncle Buggy. You're standing about 10 feet from the edge of this pool. Parker has disappeared from your sight, but you've got the sense that something's kicked off out of your vision in the pool. Are you
Right,
concentrating
well,
on this
I am
water thing?
concentrating, yes, so I think maybe I'll do a guiding bolt at the tree, or the tentacle.
You can't see it from where you're standing. You're about 10, 15 feet from the edge of the pool. The tree is 50 feet down from you and over the edge. You'd need to stand closer to the edge
Okay,
to do
I'll
that.
move up to the edge.
Right up to the edge of the pool. Yep,
Yep.
got it.
Then I'll zap it with a guiding bolt.
Yep.
So
Is
I
that
had,
a to-hit roll? There's a to-hit roll. Yep.
yep,
Oh,
26, and then I do
is a hit.
4d6 damage, 17 points of radiant. And the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my turn has advantage due to mystical light.
Got it. You don't think it's vulnerable to radiant damage,
Radiant.
but you definitely landed a blow.
Then I'm going to move back south in a southerly direction, away from the...
South in a southerly direction. Okay.
That is
yep.
correct. As opposed to south in a northerly direction.
Burple on 15.
Purple will...
You can hear a kerfuffle, Burple, from behind your pillar.
Yes, I will move out from behind the pillar up to the edge of the pool.
Yeah, you can see a kerfuffle. You can see this tree. You doubt it could reach you from where it is.
So how high off the ground is it?
The nearest
The
bit
top
to
of it?
you,
Yeah.
I'm going to say is about 20 feet down from where you're standing.
20 feet
Actually,
down.
no, it is 30 feet down from where you're standing.
So if I did a 30-foot lightning bolt on it,
Just 30 feet from you to where it ended, you might graze the end of a leaf.
okay,
As in, it's more than 30 feet away.
yeah. In which case I won't do the lightning thing. It's actually thunder, actually. I will instead do shall I do a fireball?
What, on me?
Might do no, on the tree.
If you did do a fireball on Parker, eventually you would get rid of the problem.
Yeah, I would. That's right.
So you wouldn't have
well, I'll
anything to
do a
worry about.
fireball centered on Parker.
Yeah.
Might get both of them.
Well, it might get both of them, but it doesn't matter if it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'll do a fireball on the tree.
Yeah, centering it over in the far side of the pool, right?
Yeah.
Fine. Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
30
How many dice
points.
is that?
30 points
How
of
many
damage.
dice is that?
grosso.
What's the DC of your deck save?
17.
Okay. Rolling at disadvantage. Blue dice of power getting not enough. It fails that saving throw. Let me just check something. I've got a feeling vulnerable.
So do I. That's why I chose fireball.
Hold up. Nope. It doesn't seem to be overly vulnerable, but it does seem to take the damage
Okay. And then I'm going to
against all my
to
expectations.
step back.
Yeah. Already standing at the edge of the lake, looking down, puffing on his cigar. Scalio
Yes.
on 50.
I've got a 30-foot range spell. Will it?
Yeah.
Will it?
No.
Unless I move a little bit.
You
How
need to
high
get
is the tree?
20 foot.
20 feet from the base of the lake. It's 30 foot down to the tree.
What are the sides of the pool like?
Slimy, and I'm saying relatively steep. I think that the bed of the pool, looking at the description, is not much narrower than the extremities of the top of the pool. So I think we're talking about a pretty steep-sided affair.
So it's almost like a vertical drop then.
Almost vertical, but not quite.
Arse. It's not a lot I can do unless I want to
Fire
just.
an arrow?
I don't do those.
Aid me in some way?
Well, I was going to, but the only thing I can do is 30 foot. And the only other thing I can do is
Healing.
Well, what the fuck? come down and join you.
Next attack has advantage.
Yeah, but
That's
I'm
an
not
attack making an attack roll, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I got none of them. Can I take a round to just try and kind of clamber down?
Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can, Malcolm.
That's kind of thing. I
Can't you
think
mark it as a favoured enemy?
I can mark it as a favoured enemy, but it doesn't do anything unless I can attack it
Which will be next round.
once I get down to it.
I think we're looking at an athletics check.
Yeah. Dan, it's a 10 foot. I need to be within 10 foot.
Okay.
That kind of thing. So yeah, it's an athletics check. It's absolutely.
It's an athletics check, and if you make it, you can brace your slide down the slimy sides of the pool. It's easy for me to say.
Yeah.
To the extent that you just effectively use your move action to get down there, I kind of think it's a move. Hold up. What's your move?
40.
I think it's a move.
Okay.
If you fail the acrobatics check, I'm going to say it's a DC 15 acrobatics check.
Athletics check.
Sorry, athletics check.
Okay.
Then you will take some falling damage.
Okay. Right. At this point, I'd like to point out that I've got +9 athletics, which means in the history of my rolling, I'm going to roll between 1 and 4.
Yeah, or you're going to roll I think you're going to roll a 5, Paul.
Yeah, so it's going
Which
to be.
gets you that magic 14. That's what I think you're going to roll. Here we go.
Here we go.
You're off.
It's a 4. It's a 4.
Oh.
I was one off. Would you like to use your Orc dice to avoid the falling damage?
Oh, absolutely. How fucking predictable is that? Yes, I'm going to use
You need
it.
to warm the dice up
Okay,
first.
so you can roll again. You can
I
roll
just
again.
would like to
And
predict.
add a D10.
I'd like to predict.
I'm not certain that you're going.
A
I'm
number.
not certain you're going to make this.
I'd like to now predict a number between 1 and 4.
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Right, here we go.
Oh my god.
And the D10.
Oh, 1 minute. So that's +9. So that it's. I get an 11.
That's
yeah?
11.
Yeah. So now you roll a D10,
I'm
needing
gonna
a
predict-
4 or more, in order to avoid the
I
falling damage.
predict not enough.
Yeah.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Here we go. It is. Oh,
An 8.
You made it. You aced it. You're fine. Okay, so after
Aced is stretching things, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, jacked. The benevolence of Ort, I don't know, infests your nodules.
I think
And-
Ort looks at me in great pity, shakes
Ort
his
takes
head.
pity.
Yes. Yeah,
It's like, for God's sake.
you've made it. On we go. Grappled and restrained. It is Hake.
How do I release the grapple? I have to make a strength check or something, or a dexterity
You can
check.
make either a strength athletics check or a dexterity acrobatics check against a set DC that comes with the creature.
I would like to do that.
DC is in my mind. I've got it pictured in my mind, like
Here we
Dr.
go
Vic,
then.
waiting for you to guess
I
it.
roll a 1.
Okay. Well, would you like to use your luck, feat, power thing to have another go at that?
Oh yes, of course. I would.
Yes, of course. Okay.
First of all, my luck.
Is this athletics, by the way, or acrobatics? Acrobatics.
acrobatics?
Okay, gotcha. So adding 3.
Again. Oh, jeez.
6.
You're
6
doomed.
is not enough. Would you like to use your Orc dice? Burn it down.
Yeah.
You do.
Gotta
Okay,
get rid
here
of
we
this
go.
somehow.
This
This
is
is
excellent. This is
ridiculous.
2 Orc dice burned in the first round.
Yeah.
This is what we like to see. Getting a 9 is not sufficient. And Orc dice gets you a 6, which gives you a total of 15, and 15 is what you needed. That is, thank God.
Well, if it works.
Right. You are free of the thing. That's your action. I can't remember if it's your whole action or just...
Escape from a grapple must be an action.
Yeah, that's your action. You've got to
rather than
move.
a move.
Did
What do you
I
want to do?
actually get one of the gems before this happened, or are you
No.
saying? So is it
They're scattered
To get-
about your feet.
to get one gem? Is that an interaction with an
Mm-hmm.
object, or is that an action?
You can pick a crystal. I tell you what, you can pick up 1d4 crystals with a free interaction with an object. How generous can I be?
But Scaly is now down there with me, right?
That size says more
So I'm-
generous, Lucas, but
Now that Scaly's here, I'm not going to run away.
Right.
All right. Well, I will use this round to scoop up 1 to 4
is
gems
that
and put them in my
as
pocket.
part of movement? That's a free interaction with an object as part of movement.
Yeah,
right?
but I'm not actually. I mean, basically, I'm not what I'm going to do is step back.
I'm sorry. I'm just filing it away in my head, making sure this box ticking. Okay.
Do
fine.
we have an idea of what I'm assuming that the reach of this thing is to the edge of the shoreline, right?
If you had to make an estimation, you'd think that was likely.
Okay. Well, I will just step back and I pick up 3 gems.
Lovely. 3
Put them
gems
in my pocket.
in your pocket. On 9, I suspect not contributing all that much. No, that's not
mean.
fair. Sessions.
Okay, so just for clarity, at the bottom of this pool, are we talking
Yes, 50 feet below you.
50 feet below us? Are we talking like mud, or is there like a foot of water or something? What's...
Well, there's going to be no water unless Bugraft consciously decided to exclude some from his spell. So I'm saying that it's like slime, like a rock pool in Dorset.
Right, so it's slime, it's kind of a relatively solid
Slick rock and slime and,
okay.
Barnacles.
Okay, so then I'm going to try octobombing the creature.
Cool.
So peer out over the edge, and
Yeah.
and it needs to make a wisdom save DC.
You realise that people sunk quite a lot of time and effort into writing this adventure.
Yeah.
For you just to... What kind of DC? What's the DC the same?
18. Wisdom 18.
Well, it's got a decent wisdom save, actually, to be fair. Okay, here we go. I mean, decent in the sense that a shit number gets it nowhere. Oh, has it got magic resistance? You never know. It's always worth checking. Hasn't got magic resistance.
Obviously,
Okay.
we're also relying on Bograf not being interrupted with his concentration spell.
Right, I know the number I need. It's not the highest number in the world. Blue dice of power. It
A 3.
fails that
Hey.
saving throw, Greg.
Excellent. It's transformed into a tortoise.
Okay.
Amazing.
That's polymorph, right?
Yeah.
It's going to make sure.
Nothing you can
I
do.
mean, it's a creature. Yeah.
It's a
It's
creature.
not a plant. I mean, it's a plant, but it's a creature.
It's a creature. I read that before. So I figure with tortoise it's probably quite slow and we can possibly gather up all the gems.
Yeah, and it is in fact a tortoise.
It's
right?
a tortoise. Yep.
Fine.
I could flush
Yeah.
it through the channel after we
Don't do
click.
that.
900 points to Sessions, who
Yeah,
I
nicely done, Graham.
threw
Excellent.
loads of shade on at the beginning of his round, and he's basically sorted everything.
As always.
You've turned the tree into a tortoise. That's totally changed the encounter.
Dear.
That's absolutely terrapin.
You can gather as many crystals as you like.
Lovely.
Up
Oh,
to
geez,
some total of 100. I'm going to say there are 100 crystals at the base of this thing.
Well.
Parker,
check out.
you feel like a weird connection with destiny and kismet and, all of that as you do this.
Lovely.
What do we think they do?
We don't know.
You've got no
don't
idea.
know.
All you know is that when
We're going
Parker
to-
saw the vision, it was very important in the vision that he collected the crystals.
Right.
Okie dokie.
Great.
Now
Nicely done,
what?
Graham. Okay,
Well,
well
go
now...
back.
Very
up.
nicely done, Graham.
I'm...
Yes.
Is the
Someone gonna
detect
give me-
magic still running?
Someone can give me a hand getting back up again.
No.
Before
No, I'll
before
turn.
Johnny-
I'll switch the water off as well.
How much do you weigh?
I've no idea. Hold up.
Well, you just flood the water back into the pool gently.
Yeah, and you
then
float
you'll-
to the
no.
top.
You must
Yeah.
be able to swim, Scaly. You grew up in the mist marsh.
Yeah.
Can you really not get up?
Yeah, if I put the sporter slowly back, it will.
You put the sporter slowly back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
The
And then
sports
you
are slowly
float
black.
to the top.
Black, and it sploots.
Scaly sploats to the top.
Yeah.
What are we doing with the tortoise?
The turtle.
What are we doing with the turtle tortoise? I don't know.
Weight
I
250
think maybe
pounds.
we just swoosh down, grab him, pull him out.
Yes, and
Rather than that, because I think the tortoise will probably drown before you fill up the pond. And then we'll have the tree again.
oh, good point. Yeah, fine. It doesn't
Don't
matter.
really
Let's
bring
hand
them
wave
on.
the entire thing. I don't know what you want to do with the tortoise, but
Or we just,
how long does the spell last?
It lasts like an hour.
But it's concentration.
It
right?
is, yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you give it to the orc captain as a present? Just ask him to look
That's
after it as a
really-
pet.
Really good in 1 hour's time.
What you really, if you had a big cannon or something, you could just fire it down there.
Let's just, leave that all parked in the thoughtosphere and move on. What next?
I'm going to move up north west. What do I see from that junction?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
got it.
start going around there.
So you're following Burple. Burple, you've opened up a kind of an area. Now you are in a zone that is northeast of the bulge area, the area that Grogspit warned you about.
Should we not have checked this other pillar that had the bulbs on?
Bulge.
The bulge. Yeah, but there's other places to explore too. I'm just avoiding the things that are probably dangerous for now. Let somebody else explore those.
Well, you can see like a patchwork of columns and open space. You want to keep pushing up?
Yes, I will.
You're going to be going north of where the pool was, and I'm just going to keep revealing stuff to you as you go. Now you can see that there's a big open area to your northeast. This would be a space that is north of the pool.
Yeah.
Basically joining back up with what you could see when you were approaching the pool. Looking across that way, you can see past a large block that was obscuring your view north beyond the pool. Now you've, as it were, flanked it, and you can see a big open space, which I shall describe to you now using my mouth. You feel you've almost reached the northeastern corner, as it were, of the maze, as you understand its bounds to be. And there is what looks like there was a collection of impressive marble and basalt statues in this area, but they have been reduced to, well, not rubble, but shattered fragments.
Medusa.
Okay. Well, because there are broken fragments of stone.
Are they human size or?
Buggy, are you heading up to have a look?
Yeah, I'll go up alongside Burple.
Give me an intelligence check.
15.
You piece together the recognizable components of these shattered things, and you would say that actually were you to reassemble one, impossible to be certain, that they were far larger than human size. Giant size, you would say.
Stone giants. Ogres.
If they were things that... I don't know why I'm getting into this. If they were things that had been turned to stone... Well, I don't know what happens when you get turned to stone, but it's a mix of materials, marble and basalt. So you think it looks like statues have been made out of mixed materials and then they're shattered, rather than something that has been turned into a uniform stone construct and then broken apart.
Okay. And what's up north? Up north? There's some kind of...
Looking further north, it opens up. You can see into a broad open area that reaches right up to the boundaries of the storm. You can see past what must be the northern limit of the maze and out into some open grassland that meets the storm as it surrounds the island.
Okay.
So if you think about it in terms of the eye of a storm,
yeah,
you've been navigating around and exploring within that eye, and you found the far side of the eye.
And what's to the west?
As you look to the west, Sessions, are you moving out so you can see?
I'll move up to where Parker is and look west.
You can see that it opens out into you've got a 20-foot wide space that runs up. You can see openings to the left and the right, some of them broad openings that would indicate that you are looking at places that opened out into larger areas. And you can see all the way across from where you're standing, Sessions, to what you think is the western extremity of the maze. So you're really getting a sense now of the dimensions of what you're dealing with.
Okay.
Readers, this maze is a rectangle. We aren't going to get into dimensions, but it is about twice as long south to north as it is east to west. And our adventurers have made it about 3/4 of the way north through the maze and have revealed most of it.
Feels like the tendrils is the way to go, doesn't it? It feels like that's right in the middle. Let's navigate across to the west and then try and expose the bits we haven't discovered yet. So Mike, I'm going to move up and to the west.
Yeah, I think we can hand wave a lot of this. Until you encounter something that's significant, I'm going to keep revealing areas to you. As you head north and west, you open up a big expanse of grassland. It's not grassland. A big expanse of grass that runs between the top of the maze and the encroaching storm. And right in the northern centre of the area that you're in, you find something, Burple, as you start exploring. Tucked away in what looks like a little area,
alcove,
right in the centre of this section of land you're in. There's an area that the storm seems to be kept at bay by, almost like a bay window effect. And you can see as you look north that on the ground there is a circular disc hewn from obsidian. There seems to be some sort of details and carvings on it, but you're not close enough to see. But what you do notice what you see around this portal is that it is surrounded, at least to your eyes, by a faint blue radiance.
Ah. And to the south of where I am?
Radiant.
To the south of where you are, you can kind of close off that area of dotted pillars and gaps. It looks like you could wiggle your way back towards the centre of the maze if you were to head south, back towards the area where you saw the strange bulge in the rock.
Okay. And moving further to the west?
If you were to tuck yourself down south and turn the corner, you're opening up a big open space that dominates the upper western portion of the maze.
Okay.
Nothing there of interest in particular.
And to its north?
You're heading north.
No, you can see north, can't you?
I can
from
see
where you-
north.
Well, you can see just a sort of switchback of
And
space and
keep going.
pillars. It looks like you've found the far eastern extremity of the maze. As you keep heading east and into the large area you've uncovered, it swoops round to your right, north, towards the storm again, and it looks like it connects back up to the large area of open field that you saw when
Can
you
I
found
see
the north.
around this bit as I go past?
Yeah, if you peek your way round there, you have found something.
Oh, have I?
It's not necessarily particularly exciting, but I just know that there's something there. Look it up. Sorry.
Because it's got a number.
Bit of a giveaway. It's got a number, so I've had to tell you what it is. Well, what you found, that little section, all of that section, that is the kind of corner, what you're looking at is a Tetris piece. It's about 70 foot north-south, then it turns right like an Allen key, going 30 foot west to east. The northern part of it has fallen apart. It's dilapidated and has crumbled, so that actually it's not as sharply delineated as it is on the map, where it looks all perfect. In fact, most of the area inside the angle of that right turn from that piece is collapsed in and is rubble. That's what you can see.
Okay.
Let's pick up with somebody else. Uncle Buggy, Scaly, Sessions, Parker, you've all been left behind by Burple, who's gone shooting off to the east, opening up great swathes of maze. What about you lot? What do you want to do?
Head north. Head north.
Who's heading north?
Skelly's
let's head
gonna head north.
Okay, you're all heading north.
Yeah. Just want.
How far north? Do you want to leave the maze?
I'm
Yeah,
heading
we-
west. I'm heading to the corner of the big Tetris piece that looks a little bit like a key.
Okay, yeah. So
Looking-
right into the middle northern part of the maze.
There seem to be some alcoves and things.
From where you're standing at the base of your little key-shaped piece,
Yeah, but the first thing I'm interested in is that sort of alcovey space here.
that just seems to be a little alcove.
It was curious about the shape of it.
Yeah, no, it's just
Okay.
a weird little bit of whatever. And then there's a section of
Yeah, then I'll go to the
pillar to your east, which is kind of
to
crumbled
here
away.
and have
You
a
can
look
see
to
that.
north.
Yeah, it all matches up. It connects up. You can see through the little switchback of spaces, past the strange blocks, out into the wide-ranging space of green grass to the north of the maze, and you've connected it all up.
Except the very northeast part.
And then I'll swoop back round to where the others are going.
So if we head, so
Going that
Scaly
way round.
continues to head directly north, going.
Yes, and you can open it up to the point where you're now standing, Scaly, and you've broken the northern barrier of the maze, and you can see all the way from east to west. There is a stretch of grass that is curtailed to your north and east and west by the storm, with the maze sitting within it.
Okay, we
So
seem
you-
to have.
There is an area slightly south of you, which is the area with the statues in, that Buggy and Burple had a look at as they were working their way in the area next to it. You've got the disc on the ground. Scaly, you're a little bit closer. There's no blue radiance for you. I think we've established that Burple can see it, but you can't see any blue radiance.
All right, Scaly's going to head up to the blue disc.
It's not blue.
He's going to head
It's
up the
just
disc.
an obsidian disc lying on the
He's
ground.
going to head right up to it.
The rim of this disc is decorated with strange runes at 3 points around the circumference of the disc. This is on the surface of it, almost like in the rim, therefore facing up. Yes?
Yeah.
stylized eyes have been carved, each with a shallow hollow carved within to represent the pupil.
Okay.
Are they red gem sized?
That's just what I was thinking.
Through some weird psychic communication,
Yeah.
the two of you exchange those ideas.
I was
Yes, they look about
just
exactly
thinking.
the right size to take one of the red gems that Parker has retrieved.
I will go to Parker and go, can I borrow 3 of the red gems, please?
Yep. Well, I'll go up with you.
You come up with me? All right. Skippity skip. We will
You
actually
can understand
skip.
any spoken language, right, Parker?
Hmm.
Okay. But you can't read the runes. I was just checking.
No. If somebody could speak the runes, then I would be able to.
And if they could speak them,
If we
Spoke
could
never a
spoke
problem.
If they
the
spake.
runes, if they spake
If
and
they spake the
spoke.
runes.
only we could speak. You're going to put what? You're going to put a gem in each
Yeah. Yes.
eye-shaped little hole?
Oh, I
Yeah, go on.
Come on then. Bring it up.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. You're shitting me.
Nope.
Do they just fit?
Nothing happens.
Does it look like they fit?
They fit perfectly. Nothing happens.
Can you remove them
made to
afterwards?
measure pitch.
Make magic pitch?
Can made
Mock
to
a
measure?
pop.
Is it like
Mock
they're
a
made
pop.
to measure?
No. The crystals themselves are organic. Well, not organic. Chemical structures.
Yeah.
They're not cut gems, each perfectly exactly the same. They're crystals. The little apertures are just the right size to receive one, but they are not all exactly alike.
Tell me about
okay.
this blue aura. I'll move up there.
There's a faint blue tracery around the edge, the circumference of this obsidian disc on the ground.
Okay, and what happens when he breaks the plane? Anything happen to it? Or
Nothing happens.
what if I reach over and try and interact with it?
Nope, nothing happens.
Ors.
Have we done detect magic?
Don't think
Well, yeah.
so.
No, we don't have detect.
Well, I'm not
All it will do
invisible,
is
so I
tell us the
suppose-
school, I suppose.
Yeah.
So we've got Parker and Burple and Scaly O'Toole gathered around this disc. Sessions hanging away back a bit, like 30, 40 feet away. And Uncle Buggy, well,
I'll get a bit
readers,
closer
see
then.
if you can guess where he is. He's fallen asleep. So.
I
Oh, no,
was
excuse me.
dozing off slightly.
Why don't you go and investigate these
But I have moved my character
statues?
Yeah.
up
You're all
to
standing around this
Scaly.
disc. Nothing is happening when you place 3 red crystals in the 3 eye-shaped receptacles.
Abracadabra.
Debracadabra,
Open sesame.
goddess of magic.
What we need to be able to do is read the language, don't we?
Yeah. Can anybody do that?
Can do what?
Read the language.
Yes, Lucas can.
No, you can't.
He can understand any spoken language.
I haven't got comprehend languages.
No.
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 God, can't rely on these spell.
I'm not even sure if you can know it.
What are you going to do next?
Head south.
It's out.
Probably missing something.
It's just a case of having to go to where the combat happened and doing the combat.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
Oh, right then.
Thanks,
Have you
Johnny.
got a picture of this thing?
A picture of the...
You mean like if there's a
It
picture, it's
wouldn't help
definitely
you.
going to be
Wouldn't
important.
help us.
It wouldn't help you, Lucas, if I did. As in, I've described all of the meaningful elements to you.
And a quick question: how did we get
Yeah.
here?
On the submarine.
Submarine.
Helicopter.
Do we need
Not-
to get here using a
Bloody love
submarine?
each other very much.
Could we teleport here now that we know where it is?
You have been told by Lashana, but you haven't tested this, that the eternal storm around the island of Telagos masks it from all magic.
Oh, right, okay. Damn.
Hence the other guys came in by boat, bearing in mind that you've got some kind of super wizard with the hand of Vecna. He didn't teleport, put it that way.
Yeah. Fine. I've realised the one magical item that we should have bought that we didn't. I was wondering if we could quickly go shopping.
Or helm of teleportation.
No, Helm of Comprehend Languages.
Oh, yes, that would have been useful. Somebody had comprehend languages back in the day.
I pray for divine
Does it-
intervention.
Does it?
Yes. What's your level?
I am a 10th level cleric, so is that 10% chance
10% chance.
to Greasy
So was
Bear
it-
Claw?
If you call him that, he's not going to intervene. Well, not in a good way.
Okay, so this is it. Please help us.
God, that's just so beautifully done in terms of the
okay.
role play. He doesn't hear your call. It's not surprising. What would you like to do?
Sessions could
What do you
pray
want
for
to do?
divine intervention.
Should I try
check
as
out-
well? Are we? Is
These
that where we've got
statues.
to?
Well,
The
yeah,
end.
I mean, nobody...
No. Honestly, friend guide storyteller, no. The idea that you've
It's the end of the adventure.
wandered around somewhere, found something interesting, and then at the very first hint that you're not absolutely 100% certain how to use it, you pray for divine intervention, is in character, but I don't know that it's proportionate to your situation. But let's just see whether or not the gods answer.
Let's just
Shall I give it a go?
Go where?
Yeah, why not?
Do, yeah. I want it to
You
work.
can't use it for a month, though, or something, can you?
No, you can. You can use it again after a long rest. But
Can
not
you?
if you're successful. You can't use it for 7 days.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, go
I
for it.
explain the rules to the junior cleric,
Yeah, to the altar boy.
the altar
Yep.
boy, and I give it a go. I pray to misfortune for guidance and to be able to read whatever's going on here.
This is better. Yeah, good.
And I'm closer, but
No
It
cigar.
would help if you had dice that you could read the numbers off, Graham.
It would.
They
No.
are quite dark
they are
dice.
they're not good, are they?
Yeah, I mean, it's like... Yeah.
I say I'll change the colour
Yeah.
of the dice and have
No.
another go.
Yeah, he used the wrong dice,
no.
obviously.
No. On we go.
Tell me
Right.
again
So
this
the-
obsidian disc.
Oh,
Don't tell him again.
No, I can tell you again. Lucas, ask me any question you...
Yeah. How does it look like it's
That would have
fixed?
worked.
Got him.
Does it
Graham,
appear
Better
that
coloured
you
dice,
could...
it would have worked.
Like a manhole cover, Lucas.
Yeah, but does it...
Do you want to try and pick it up?
Yes.
It doesn't move.
Does it feel like you can get your fingers underneath it?
No, it doesn't.
It's a
It
cylinder.
feels like it's a
Does it feel
feels
like you
it's a
can
magical...
Turn it?
No,
A turnip.
no, it doesn't feel like you can turn it. No, I understand.
What did
It doesn't
Paul do? He put the gem in
He
it.
put the gems in the 3 slots.
Has anyone stood
Yeah,
on it?
but at no point did he use a turnip.
Turn it.
No turnip.
That
Has
might be the
anyone-
root of the problem.
There's a command word, isn't there? Open sesame.
anybody do a stone shape and do a grill
No.
round a home?
Do a rule hound a hum?
What
Does
language
anybody
is
do
it
a
written
stone
in?
shape?
Sorry, it's
Has
been a
anybody
long
got a
day.
stone shape and they can do a rule hound a hum? Because if they can, that might be the answer.
It's been a long day. I can't think
No,
straight.
I think actually I'm just going to check the notes on
I mean,
the
one wonders
Just
whether
dungeon,
the...
Johnny. Yeah,
You know what I mean.
rule hound a hum. It does say it here. Yeah.
But you do. But it's
Yeah, but yeah, they do.
yeah, but,
No,
yeah,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mike, I'm
Sometimes
doing a
communicating.
detect magic, and I'm moving
Yes.
over in this direction towards these bits of statue.
Range is 30 feet.
30 feet. Yeah.
Yes, I'm saying that some fragments of statue are within. Let me roll a d6. 46, yeah. Some fragments of statue are encompassed by your detect magic as you head in that direction, and there is a faint magical trace in the little recesses of shadow around the base of one of these statue fragments as you approach.
One of them.
They're scattered around this area. You are heading into the edge of the area. So your
Yep.
30-foot radius of your spell really only captures the first bit of this area. And in
Yeah.
it, I'm saying there's one fragment of statue that happens to have around its base a faint magical trace.
Scaly's going to go up to the statues.
All the way up,
Yeah, can you show me where they are? Because I can't really see anything.
you just have to use the theatre of the mind.
Don't have much of a mind.
This whole area
Yeah.
contains fragments of statues.
All right, I'm going to go up and start.
You're blundering up to the one that Burple is surveying with his detect magic
Yeah, I'm
spell.
going to start looking at them a bit more
Give me
closely.
a perception check.
That's not going to work, really. Oh, 13.
I think 13's good enough.
Bloody hell.
Just tucked away in the little recesses, in the shadow, underneath a couple of fragments of pedestal that you're near. One that Burple is picking up a faint magical trace from. Let's just say another which is close enough to you. You can see a scattering of blue crystals.
Oh.
Maybe we need the blue crystals to open the door.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be in fantastic nick. Crystals that you retrieve from the base of the pool,
Very
the bed
good.
of the pool,
Good condition.
were intact. These look like it almost looks like they've been
Used.
crushed as these fragments of stone and blocks of statue have collapsed around. Can you give me another perception check, please, Scaly?
Oh, right.
Nope,
I know.
8.
An 8. No, okay, fine. So that's nothing else really sort of leaps to your attention.
Okay.
The crystals that you can see, they look just like the red crystals,
I'm gonna-
apart from the colour, obviously, but they look like they've been broken or crushed.
Can I just keep searching, seeing if I can find any that
You can
aren't?
keep searching, but let's move the spotlight around.
Mhm.
Buggy, Sessions,
I shout this information
Parker,
across. I shout
Purple.
back, saying, "Oh, found something."
Yeah.
Crystals.
Crystal. Okay. drift over in that direction.
Buggy and Parker hanging back near the disc to the north. What do you want to do next?
I will go down and investigate that last bit of the maze, which is...
So you,
covered
Parker,
in dodgy
are
bit.
sneaking your way up to the area where the little bulge
tell
was.
everybody
The
what
area
I
that
do, what I'm doing.
That's where
Oh
the
god, you gone all the way over
bad
there.
guys are.
You're not just going to blunder up into that space, are
No,
you?
but when
Or
I get to the edge of that space, I will start going stealth.
So Parker, you are running back to the centre of the maze, the
Yeah,
area
so
that
the
Grog's
so the
warned
bit
you
at the
about.
bottom of the key. Once I get to that point, which is the bit we've sort of seen already, at that point I will go slowly down.
Towards the area where there was a bulge coming out of one of the pillars.
Yeah, but the
that
bulge
Burple
coming out
noticed.
of one of the pillars was, I believe, a bit to the right.
That's
at
right,
the
you're
other
correct.
end of that pillar. So
You're not going directly into that spot, but you're edging down to that
Yeah.
general opening area. Right.
yeah,
The closer you get to that area, Parker, the more you can see that all of the stones, all of the pillars around this opening bear these strange aberrations. I see your figure rapidly shooting north.
no, I'm just even this
Yeah.
T-shaped bit here that I'm currently
No,
at.
it looks like the very pillars have been warped or bent out of shape by some kind of force.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception check, Parker. 4. No. Okay, there are some strange markings or something on these distortions. But you can't. It could just be different kind of textures in the rock or something. But what you can see is that directly to your south, as you look into the open area, from the ground in the grassy space, there are also protrusions, rocky protrusions. Could be stalagmites, like stalagmites in a cave, but they're not as distinct. They're like little areas where the grass has worn away, little extrusions of granite. Also marked with something like, again, not anything. It doesn't look necessarily to your eyes anyway. It doesn't look conscious. It looks like it could be natural, could be organic. But clustered around those protuberances are a little gaggle of glowing green crystals. They're
red,
coalescing
green, and
around
blue.
these little extrusions of granite-like rock. And as you notice that, out from that space to your south, snakes at lightning speed, a tendril. It's heading straight for you, and it's followed by several others, and we will find out. If you somehow, I don't know how, manage to get yourself into tendril trouble
Again.
for 2 episodes in a row
Yeah.
when we pick
Well, I'm
things
going
up
to run away
next
now.
week.
Nice.
Marvellous.
You're doomed. Doomed. You're doomed.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. The Library of Last Resort and Age of Worms are copyright Paizo. The Library of Last Resort was written by Nicholas Logue. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening.
Welcome, listener, to Of Dice and Them,
I've been waiting for you, adventurers!
a TTRPG actual play podcast full of hijinks and too many in-jokes.
Do you have any cards I could keep close to my chest?
New episodes released on the first Monday of every month.
How hot is this ghost?
Can't wait for the next episode?
I want to chomp on it and not let go.
Follow Of Dice and Them on Twitter and Instagram.
Ah, yes. No, good idea, that, yes.
Download now, wherever pods are cast.
Do you go closer?
Of Dice and Them!
Yep.
No.
Yeah, heedlessly.
Absolutely not.